India's External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar met with the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Washington, D.C. After the meeting, the two leaders put out a joint statement. While both Jaishankar and Blinken hailed ties between the two countries, they also admitted to differences. The meeting took place just a day after External Affairs Minister Jaishankar took a sharp dig at the United States over its F-16 package to Pakistan. During this press briefing, Blinken was asked about the F-16 package that it was supplying to Pakistan. He defended the F-16 supply to Pakistan, saying the country faces clear terrorism threats which continue to emanate from within or in the neighborhood.
On the F-16s, to be very clear, and it's important, this is a sustainment program for F-16s that Pakistan has long had. These are not new planes, new systems, new weapons. It's sustaining what they have. We have a responsibility and an obligation to whomever we provide military equipment to make sure that it's maintained and sustained. That's our obligation.
Jaishankar hailed the US-India collaboration to combat international terrorism, but he also spoke of India's ties with Russia and why it kept buying Russian arms.
I don't think in recent months we have faced any particular problems in terms of servicing and spare parts supply of equipment that we have got in the past from Russia. Whether where we get our military equipment and platforms from, that's not an issue, honestly, which is a new issue or an issue which has particularly changed because of geopolitical tensions. I think we look at possibilities across the world. We look at the quality of technology, the quality of capability, the terms on which that particular equipment is offered, and we exercise a choice which we believe is in our national interest.
Well, besides the differences, the two countries spoke about areas of cooperation. Blinken lauded Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement that was recently made to Russian President Vladimir Putin on the sidelines of the SCO summit, where he said this is not an era for war. Blinken spoke about the need to work together to show how democracies function. He spoke about building a dynamic economic partnership and expressed gratitude to the Indian-American community. Jaishankar said talks occurred on better facilitating the movement of people between the two countries. He also called the meeting very productive. For more on this story, our correspondent Susan Tehrani sent us this report from New York.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken hosted his Indian counterpart S Jaishankar at the State Department in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. Following that bilateral meeting, both men held a press conference. The topic of discussion was Indo-Pacific partnership and relationship between the two sides and how the two sides have been cooperating not only in the framework of Quad, the G20, but also bilaterally as well, and shared concerns for the region. Also, there were concerns by India about the sales of F-16 to Pakistan. Antony Blinken said that this is not a new program and it's regarding counterterrorism efforts. It is completely different and separate from relations to India, and he tried to clear that up. He also said that while there are differences, perhaps even regarding the sale of this F-16 to Pakistan, the United States and India have such close relations that they're comfortable enough to talk about difficult issues. Regarding the war in Ukraine and Russia's invasion, S Jaishankar said that India's position is very clear, and India has made its position very clear. They made that position clear at the United Nations General Assembly. The conflict is not in anyone's interest, and it is best to return to diplomacy and dialogue. He reiterated that. Dr. Jaishankar also said that we have concerns about the price of oil. It is breaking our back. That is a concern. And he also was very frank in saying that this was not the optimistic global mood at the UNGA 2022 due to the volatile economy and food prices. The issue of food security and fertilizer was also an issue that Antony Blinken hoped that the United States and India could cooperate on and help other countries as well, not only each other. And then ultimately, the two sides again continued to discuss where they took some questions, and then the issue, moved on to where they can continue their partnership in defense capabilities and trade and other issues as well moving forward.